Blobfish. Hello, Blobfish and Jody.
That's funny. So before we're going on air, I'm like, yeah, Rod's over here talking to himself, trying to make me laugh. I'm not laughing. And then he goes, what did you say?
I said,
we're going beast mode. And he goes,
we're going blobfish is what
blub
we're doing.
Mode.
Blub mode. Bloop, bloop, bloop. All right.
So, man, this is so weird. We are actually live in studio. It's been a number of weeks since we've actually been in studio. Last week, as you guys saw, we were in Indianapolis.
Yep. And a couple weeks before that, we were in Florida. And
Detailers of the Roundtable, Leather Repair Summit. And so we're home this week and next week. And then we have SEMA.
We'll be in SEMA in 2 weeks. So, yeah, we're all over the place. And this year at SEMA, we are everywhere.
Everywhere.
I think we're being asked by 7 different places to be in their booth. We'll be live every day at a certain number of booths. And then the rest of the time we are going to be live at the Leather Repair Company at SEMA every single day. We will also be live at the Flex booth every single day. We're going to be at Rupes. We are going to be at Lake Country. We are going to be at Gliptone. We are going to be at
We're going to be everywhere, man.
Be at Xcoat. We are going to be
System X.
X.
So we're going to be everywhere.
Every freaking place on the planet. It's going to be awesome. Jody and I will be run ragged, but today we have a guest on, Mr.
Trent
Rapp from Street Side Detailing, and we met Trent at the Global SV event and the Detailers of the Roundtable Summit in Indianapolis, Indiana.
So welcome to the show, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no, we had a really great week last week with you.
Yeah, it was an amazing week. I mean, I had so much fun, especially with you guys and everybody that was there. It was a blast.
Yeah. So it was a good training. It was the inaugural training.
Why are you trying to say?
I was trying to say too early to say.
You not only have a blob mode, you have a blob mentality. So it's like blob. So yes, last week. I mean, the Detailers of the Roundtable did a phenomenal job. They pulled in us for some business training along with Kirk Evans, followed by we had wet training.
Yep.
By Bob Rassman
from
Carbright.
And I was trying. I was
literally
thinking of his connection with Chris Foundation,
the Chris Evans Foundation. So Jackie was there with the Chris Evans Foundation. We had Flex, Chris Metcalf, who came out with a phenomenal.
Oh man, they had some unbelievable stuff.
Electric pressure washer
and an electric, it's a battery powered pressure washer and 2 battery powered vacuum cleaners. And they're game changers. They're insane. And we had new stuff from Angel Wax. We had the guys there from Sonex. We had Paul Kane there, who distributes everything in the world.
We had the 2 Bobs.
The Bob and the Bob.
Bob and the Bob. So Bob squared.
And then we had 6 people that came in, including Trent. So why don't you tell us, first off, let's talk about you and your business, Street Side.
Okay.
So, I already like it because I like your logo. So beyond that, let's just go talk about where you're at and what you do.
So I started about 4 years ago. It was June. I was in a factory and I was doing some stuff on the side, detailing stuff. And I always wanted to work for myself and I never knew what I wanted to do. And so the detailing thing kind of just clicked one day because I've always loved cars, loved working on them. And, since then, the rest is history. I've been doing this for, like I said, a little over 4 years now, and I love doing it.
So where are you located physically? So for the people that don't know.
So right now I am in Claypool, Indiana, which is right by Warsaw, Indiana.
Yep. Okay. So you're in Indy, which is car world up there, and you know, we got the opportunity. Also, one of the things we did at the Details of the Roundtable training is we took an afternoon off and we went to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
Kind of throw in some fun with the training as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then boat training. Had you ever worked on boats, or do you do boats, or is that a new thing?
I do a lot of boats. I'm in the city of lakes, is what they'd say. I've got at least 4 main lakes. There's a bunch of people on them, and I do a lot of boats.
Okay, awesome.
So let's talk about that, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, you know, detailers and business owners think, well, you know what, I already do this. So
Yeah.
why did you specifically want to come to Nathan Warren's boat training? And did you pull anything away that you didn't know before?
Yeah, I learned a lot of stuff. Well, it's nice having a bunch of trainers there. They all gave their different opinion, and like
Mhm.
there's so many ways to skin a cat, and everybody's input bringing it in. It was awesome. And then a lot of things I picked up. Efficiency stuff I definitely picked up. I was slow in some areas that I learned from Nate. And on the boat side of things, the third day that we were there, I learned a lot, especially with all the sanding and
Yeah.
how to clean the inside of a boat. That way is so much faster than the way I do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just got to remember to take your socks off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, wet socks don't really do you good.
Yeah, and we the the other thing that we did there is we took the opportunity to look at some of the products that can be used in both automotive and in boats. I mean, we use some of the leather repair company, really phenomenal product. Their vinyl cleaner is just unbelievable, and we use the leather cleaners on the inside of that Lexus. So one of the things we talked about was the cars that we had in there. We really didn't have a lot of say in what came in, so
Yeah.
they were pretty nice cars to start with. Is that
Mhm.
are you used to cars that are already pretty clean, or was it
Yeah, I do a lot of cars that are already clean. It's nice because my area is definitely middle to higher, and or that's what I guess I focus on my clientele, just because that's what they love. And
yeah.
but yeah, most of my cars that I get, they're really clean, honestly. And
So you're not like Tate and Trout, you know, where you're working on farm equipment and stuff.
right, yeah, no, I get a lot of stuff that is relatively clean. There's times where I got some stuff that's pretty bad. I do,
Yeah.
but but I don't mind doing those jobs.
So were you there also for the Global SV event? Did you get SV'd while you were there? Is that
No.
you're already SV'd then?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
So
I'm not. Sorry. No.
okay. So we had there was so much stuff going on, and that was one of the really unique things about that training is we kicked off Global SV Week as well as getting you guys certified in many different things. Everybody walked away with certifications in boat trainings,
Yeah.
Angel Wax certified people on their ceramic coatings. We had Rain Albertson, or is it Albertson?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rain Albertson.
Angel Wax.
Angel Wax, and big shout out to them. They did a lot of stuff for you
Rain
guys.
did a great training. 4 hours.
Yeah,
I mean, 4 hours. He went the distance.
And then,
and I think he wanted more time.
Yeah, he definitely wanted more time. It was very unique. You guys had a lot of stuff thrown at you, so it was a lot. And I, I'm glad people walked away with stuff that they learned and that they could take with them. The outpouring of freebies from the vendors was insane. I mean, that you guys walked away with I'm going to say thousands because of the stuff that the ceramic coatings, towels, glass parency kicked in a ton of stuff. The IDA gave away 2 goodie bags.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have a question for you. So you've been doing this 4 years, right?
Yeah. Business wise,
you've been doing it 4 years. You still obviously are very invested in ongoing training, which I have mad respect. So first question is, why is that important to you? And
Mhm.
second question is, when you look back over the last 4 years, what has been significantly impactful on your business?
So what's been, I don't know, let's answer the first question. So the first question, the reason why I'm still invested in myself and training is just because I'm always trying to improve, and I know that I'm never going to be the best there is. It's just how it is. That's how my mentality is. I always want to keep learning. Um, I mean, if other people want to think I'm the best, that's good on them. I don't think I ever will be, but I I just love learning. And then the biggest thing also is meeting new people. Meeting you guys was a great experience. I mean, and I wouldn't have never met you guys if I wouldn't have gone. So just that's, I'd say, the biggest thing is honestly the meeting people. That's the best part.
That's cool.
Well,
So
that is awesome because I think that's part of the thing that people miss out on when they don't go to the event. So if they don't go to SEMA, they don't go to MTE, they don't go to like Southern Detailers Conference, they don't go to detailing summits,
Yeah.
or they don't go to trainings. They're missing out on that because there was a lot of times when you guys, the participants, were together and chatting and stuff, and you can pick up on things like from Tayton or from Timothy.
Oh
Or
yeah.
other people.
Timothy was smart.
Timothy was
dude.
crazy smart. That guy's got a lot of irons in the fires, and
Oh
I'm
yeah.
really impressed. I had met him prior to this event, and he was really good, man. Everybody, all the participants jumped right in and did everything. And I think that's what's great about it is the hands-on part of it. And Jody and I have had a really rare opportunity to go to a ton of trainings. We're planning on going to a bunch. We're already setting one up with IGL to be able to go to one of their trainings, and just see the different styles of the way that people they do their trainings. And I think that is probably the most unique thing to to our world is we get to see all these people. I mean, we build software, and yes, we also do detailing stuff at the trainings, and and I do a lot of stuff in my shop. But we get to go and meet all these awesome people like yourself, and spend time with you guys, and see what it is you guys do, and pick up tips and tricks from you guys as well. I learn something at every training.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So what is next for you? What are you doing next? Are you just digging in and going to work? Are you going to go to SEMA, MTE? What is your plan?
I'm probably gonna be going to MTE. But you want to know my next plans for business wise?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find a building right now in Warsaw.
Okay.
That's been the biggest fight right now. I've looked at probably 10 buildings, and every building we have had a problem with just the people that own it or whatever it may be. Because there was one building we found, it was perfect. It was 10,000 square foot.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna shoot big on this one, and I was gonna do a lot of stuff. And right at the end, she backed out, and
Oh man.
yeah, I don't know why, but I'm looking at a building right now, and I don't know if I love it yet. We're trying
Yeah.
to figure. So
Yeah. So
You know what?
that is
That just means that one wasn't meant to be, right? There's one right around the corner, right? And I think a lot of times we get impatient because we see what we want to happen, and we want it to get it moving, and we're
Mhm.
very anxious to get it going.
Yeah,
It's that wait, that
yeah,
anticipation can kill you sometimes.
and a lot of it also is the it changes. Things change. If you got a 10,000 square foot building, all of a sudden you got to do some other stuff. I know we got some people we work with, Scott Masha in Maine, and that guy's got a massive building. Well, he's added 2 other types of businesses to his existing detailing business, and that's
yeah,
been good for him. And that's a hard thing for a lot of people to jump into other lines of business. And then, you know, there's people that have been doing this stuff for years that, they sell floor mats and they install U-Haul hitches, or they do small mechanical items, or whatever they do, and I think that is kind of navigating the waters of where you're going and how you're going to get there. And things are changing. I mean, we're seeing a lot of different innovative products come out. A lot of them. I mean, I was watching a a podcast this morning of somebody unboxing yet another tool that came on the market.
Surprise.
And
Mhm.
I'm like, pretty soon now you got the choice of 15 polishers and, all these other products. So it's hard to navigate all that stuff. So when you're there in Warsaw, which we've already talked to Mike Rhines, we know he's like it's tough in Warsaw. What are your main sources for marketing? Is it all word of mouth? Do you do social media stuff? What is it you do?
It's a lot of it is word of mouth, but I'd say my two most is word of mouth and Facebook. That's my two biggest right now. But I also haven't really tried doing much else. I haven't tried doing radio or anything like that. But I do have a lot of clients that are all repeats, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah. So things,
that's what keeps me busy right now. I just have
yeah.
so many repeat clients, and
I think
because
people underestimate that.
yeah, they do. And when I first started, I was doing a lot of mobile stuff. I had a little Subaru that I was just going house to house, cleaning people's cars and boats, and I think that's where I got a lot of my repeats from, was doing that.
Yeah.
Um, but once word of mouth gets out, passing the word around, those clients usually stay, I would say, as well. So
Yeah. And I think that the piece people miss about that is I was online and I was talking to a guy. It was just a post, and he said, I'm completely dead for the next 2 weeks. Usually I'm booked out. How do I get, new clients? And I said, what are you using to get your existing clients to come back to you? And we started talking about reminders and CRMs and obviously RotoFest software. And
yeah,
so that, I think people underestimate the power of those follow-ups and things
hmm
like that. And I think part of it is just, as we put on the title of this, Young, Hungry, and it's like you got to be hungry. You got to reach out there and find new ways to do stuff
yeah,
to attract people in. It's getting to be winter in a lot of places, right? It's going to be cold. That's the time you start advertising for interiors and hey, we can remove that salt from the roads or whatever kind of road grime, grit, nasty stuff they use. Time to put the boat away. Time to wrap. You just have to be creative with that stuff. So, you're doing this now. You're going to get a 10,000 square foot shop, which means you can have the ability for like, I don't know, 15, 20 employees. Do you have guys that work with you now or gals? What do you?
I have one guy that works for me part time. He's in college right now. He comes and goes whenever he pleases, and he loves it. And honestly, it works out for me because a lot of the times I do like being in the shop by myself. I get work done a lot faster, but at the same time, I have no social life because comes in and
Yeah,
talks.
exactly.
So I just blast my music and get to work. But I do actually have. I was wanting a big shop because I do have a lot of people that do want to work for me, kids my age and kids that have actually been graduating from the high school that I was friends with, and which is nice. But at the same time, you got to watch who you work with, friends
You
wise.
do. It's always challenging. Now, I mean, on that same note, there's a lot of people that will tell you, "Oh, don't ever go into business with family, with friends, all that stuff." And I
Yeah.
can tell you right now that we've been in business. This is our 15th year.
Mhm.
I've known Jody for 30 years. Two of our other partners, one of them's my brother-in-law, and one of them's his brother. So
Mhm.
there's ways to work around it. Um,
Yeah.
you have to have the right attitude. Luckily for our company, Jody has beat my attitude out of me so that now we can.
I don't know about that, but
And the other thing is you got to know your place. You got to know what you're good at and what you're not good at.
Mhm.
so let's talk about that, right?
Mhm.
You're it's it's easy, especially as a small operator, to go,
Mhm.
you know what? I work more efficiently by myself. I like just get my headphones on, like getting into the zone and getting work done, right? But
Right.
there comes a time, especially if you have aspirations like you do of a 10,000 square foot
Yeah.
place, that you're gonna have to step back.
Mhm.
You have to be a little bit more on the training and the leadership side and less on hands. How are you preparing yourself for that? And are you ready to release the reins a bit?
Yeah, I would say so. That's why I've been trying to find a building for over 6 months now. It's just
Yep.
so I can finally take a step back and manage the business, not work for it necessarily. But but like I said, it's been tough here. It's hard to find stuff. And but when the opportunity comes, I'm gonna snatch it up. And but yeah, I'm I'm ready to hire some people and actually try to show them how to do it and how to get work done and also be a part of the team, not just work for me.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's an important piece of it right there that a lot of people miss out on.
Hmm.
So your area, do you do it a lot? Do you do dealership or are you mostly retail?
I'm just mostly retail. There's a bunch of dealerships here, but a lot of them are pretty stingy. and,
Yeah, they can be, but it also can be. We've seen it for years. It can be a really good way to keep it not so up and down, to keep that steady flow. As long as you stay on an even level with the dealership. The second
yeah.
that the dealership has a power over you and they're like, do it my way, and you are concerned with that, or it's going to put you out of business, that's when it becomes a hard thing. A lot of people have, you know, not they either hate dealerships or they really love them. So,
Mhm. Yeah. I'd say a lot of things that I also do is like fleet vehicles. I do a lot of company
yeah,
stuff.
nice.
So I have that in my back pocket, but
Yep. Well, we're going to help you out with that in with the software and everything, because you're going to get a lot of repeat customers that you'll be able to touch. But let's talk about MTE. It's coming up. You're planning on going to it, hopefully.
yeah,
Have you been before?
I've never been.
Oh man,
This
You're
is
gonna
where
have fun.
you're
if I wouldn't have met Mike, I would have been in my little cave, just focusing on my thing. I wouldn't even have looked outside of it. But Mike brought some light into it and showed me the way of like this is what we're a part of kind of deal. And ever since I got a taste of it, I was like, all right, I
yeah.
need to open more doors here.
I really appreciate that sentiment because trapped in your world, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. And sometimes you have to drag people out of their
Oh
world,
yeah.
like Mike Ryan says. But I think a lot of times people don't realize the true possibilities that are within their reach. And it's not until you expand your circle of influence that you
Mhm.
see what the possibilities are. And you're like, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go learn how to do that. Who do I need to get in my network to do that? So
Yeah.
let's talk about that. I mean, expanding your vision and network. How's that impacting you? Obviously, you're going to MTE now.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to go to SEMA so bad, but I had some stuff booked already. And during that week, Mike told me about it, and I was like, "When was it?" And it was literally the time that I'm going to be gone. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh
So
yeah.
I
Yeah.
was definitely wanting to go to that, but
It's a huge event. It kind of opens your eyes to how big this industry of automotive reconditioning and automotive is. Um,
mhm.
when you hear people in the detailing industry talk all the time and say, "Oh, there's enough cars out there for everybody," and sometimes people let that roll off their back. When you go to an event and there's 300,000 people walking around, and everybody actually has to be in the automotive industry to be there,
Yeah,
there is a crap ton of people. There's another comment down there too. But I think that it's not something that if I had my what's up, man? I'm gonna have to come back and rewatch this. Yeah, you are, Tate. I am disappointed that you weren't here on time.
Tayton,
That
what's up
is
with that?
we're two demerits
Man,
right there.
what is you, Hogwarts principal
right,
or
that's right.
something?
That's right. 50 points for street side. So we going to SEMA is a great experience. Everybody should do it. It's MTE is a great experience. It's probably all of them are, and we're a little different. We go to all of them, but oh my gosh,
I'm at the doctor's
dude,
office.
yeah.
Excuses.
Hey, just a
It's
general.
a flesh wound, mate.
If you're at the dentist office and he asks you to remove your pants, don't go to that dentist anymore.
not the right one.
Oh, that's funny.
So, yeah, we'll see you there at MTE. There's a lot of events. We'll have to put you on live on the podcast while we're there. What is I want to jump back to you, and you are a young guy, and that's okay. Everybody's young to us. What are some of the things you would tell the up and coming people that are your age or younger? Maybe it's somebody coming out of high school or anything. Are there advice you'd give them to getting started? Things that you
Yeah.
tripped over?
So the biggest things I was pretty bad at was I looked at all these companies and they're advancing and moving so much faster than me.
Mm.
And that's where I steered wrong right there. You need to focus on yourself. Don't worry about who's going faster than you or who's expanding better than you. don't worry about that. Like, I'm having a tough time finding a building, and that's okay. That's part of it, you know. That I would say that's the biggest thing. And then another thing to really focus on is customer interaction, I think. You need to be I try to connect with every customer that comes in here. If they like cars, I'm a car lover, so let's talk about cars for an hour. It's kind of one of those deals. And anything really.
Yeah, and
Something.
I think that is really good advice that people don't take it. Everybody's on their own path.
Mhm.
You can't compare yourself to somebody else because you're not going to be the same. And
Mm-mm.
I think the other thing that that I've really kind of melted into over the last several years is that, and everybody, hopefully you're sitting down so that you don't get hurt. Tate, and if you get hurt, you're at the doctor already. It's okay. Everybody's not going to be a multimillionaire.
Mhm.
I know, that's huge, but
I quit. I'm done.
yeah, but that's part of the problem is everybody has this attitude that you got. Oh my, I've got to make 7 figures to be successful. No, you don't. Your success is based on what you think is successful. Um,
Mhm.
I know people that years and years and years. I worked with a guy that did not make that much money, but
Mhm.
he was so successful. He was in his 40s. His house was paid off. He
Mhm.
had his retirement completely saved up. This guy was killing it. It doesn't matter how much money he makes. He's
Mhm.
set. He is set. When he retired, it's all playtime.
Mhm.
So I think everybody has to have their own path. You know, my path and Jody's path are totally different, even though we're in the same company and the
Right.
same ownership. He's got I don't know 1,147 kids and boats and he's got all these other, and I've got the same problem. I've got 1,147
RVs, 4
projects,
dogs,
17 freaking cars. I
4
mean,
women.
yeah,
I mean,
it's crazy. So everybody's past different plea, and I tell people, please just enjoy the
the
ride.
process.
If you're in a teeny tiny shop and it's crammed and you're doing good work and you're killing it and you're making money, enjoy the fact you're in a short. My saying all the time: great cars come out of 900 square foot shops all
Mhm.
over the country. Great cars come out of 900 square foot shops. Enjoy that process. So
Well, cool, man. Well, we want to thank you for taking the time. Obviously, we could continue chatting your ear off, but we want to thank you for taking the time to be our guest.
Yeah. No.
Um, Guys, if you haven't connected with Trent, I mean, he's really, really sharp. I mean, dude, watching you interact, watching your humility as you learn from, people like Nate Warren. I mean, like you said, you do boats, but you're like, man, what else can I learn? And dude,
Yeah.
I learned a lot about dry sanding that I didn't know, right? I've done wet
Yeah.
sanding, but man, that dry sanding stuff that he was sharing was awesome. And to pull the scratches out that we did on the side of that boat was amazing,
I
right?
was pretty amazed by that. I was like, "You're still gonna see them." Nope. Nope. We got them
Nope,
right up.
nope, we pulled them out. So yeah, it was fun. So thank you so much. Next week, do we have?
we don't have a. We're not saying yet.
Okay, we're not saying yet. So
we might have. We got a bunch of stuff lined up. Next week is the last episode before both Halloween and SEMA. So we have some things lined up for next week. You're not going to want to miss it.
No,
Jody
So-
might be dressed in a tutu. He might not.
I might. Who knows? Who knows?
He might be in one right now. You just can't see below
I
the
actually
table.
already stood up, so they saw
Oh,
it.
they
So
saw
yeah,
that.
it's all good. So Rod's still seated because he's not wearing pants, but
It's just a personal
it's
choice.
just a personal choice. So anyway, thank you so
Thanks
much for joining us.
everybody.
Yeah.
Trent, for being with us. Yeah, I can't wait till you have some t-shirts out because that's an awesome logo. So
Yeah, that's it. So, well, thank you so much, guys, and we will check you same time, same bad channel just next week. One more comment.
One more comment coming in.
All right, let's see.
Last
The
comment
last
of the day.
comment of the day is
Sarah.
Sarah, will you be airing at SEMA?
Oh,
Yes.
Sarah, we will be
let's
airing
talk about that.
every single day, at least 42 times a day.
Yeah. So we're going to be at the Flex booth every single day.
We're going to be at Leather Repair Company
every single day. Then we're going to be at IGL. We're going to be
Lake Country,
System X. I mean, we've been invited to so many.
We are going to be at tons of them. So we're actually, we actually have a little rolling cart. We're going to be traveling around all over, and we're going to be recording
so
videos and doing
fun.
So yes, we will be everywhere. So thank you.
Anyway, thank you guys so much, and we will see ya.